Hello and you're welcome to Business Highlights on Trust TV, where I'm going to be taking you through some of the biggest business and economic developments of the week. My name is Chamun Dabeng and I'll be your host. We're opening the show with the bull and the bear on the market. The NGX closed on a positive note amidst sell-offs and buy interest as the benchmark all-share index ASI appreciated by 56 basis points. The NGX ASI closed at 49,638.94 points to reflect a growth of 0.57% from the previous trading day and a year-to-date return of 14.33%. Meanwhile, the market capitalization grew by 144.41 billion naira. At the close of market on Thursday, 28 April 2022, the stock exchange market value currently stands at 26.76 trillion naira at the end of the trading day. The market breadth closed positive as NEM led 34 gainers and 17 losers. In total, there were 6,378 deals with a volume of 6.4 billion valued at 30.2 billion naira. Now, the three gainers were NEM, Academy and Cadbury, going up by 10, 9.7 and 9.63% respectively. And the top three losers for the week were NPF Microfinance Bank, TransNationwide Express PLC and Eterna, down by 10, 9.99 and 7.38% respectively. This week, the bull trumped the bear, with the market differential being in favor of the advancers as 34 gainers surpassed 17 losers. Well, that's all for the market, and after the break, we will be moving on to top stories. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. You're welcome back to Business Highlights on Trust TV. And once again, my name is Chamun Dabeng, and it's time for Top Stories. Well, today on the show, we're going to be taking a look at the challenges and future of non-oil exports. For several decades, Nigeria has depended on crude oil as its major export product. But as the rest of the world is making plans to move away from crude oil and Nigeria struggles to keep up with its OPEC plus quota, there is a desperate need to start boosting our non-oil exports. Joining me on the show today is business consultant John Bosco Ezenwa. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, what would you say are some of the challenges that the non-oil export sector has actually, faced over the past years?
Well, interestingly, the non-oil export sector has faced a number of challenges, but I would love to enumerate, say a few, just 5 of them really. Number one, it's logistics. Logistics is a key factor. How do you get this products to get to the port where they leave the country? And then you have another factor they're facing that have to do basically with a location originality of this product. Where are they coming from? Their location. Yeah. Where are they coming from really? Do we have them from here? Are they properly labeled? You have certification issues as well, and then you have their standardization, quality issues. These are deep issues that have affected a non-oil export sector for all of these years.
But even with our policies, how would you say it has affected the sector itself? Have we created policies that actually allow the ease of that sector, to move or to grow in the way that it should?
Yes, we've done a lot of policies, and most importantly, the current federal government-led initiatives has made a lot of huge impact in that sector. driven chiefly by the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, which has done a lot of work as well. You remember in 2016, they had a target, say in 2020, we should be able to raise $30 billion on the non-oil sector. And they have done well for themselves, given that we had COVID, you have 2 recessions, and then all of this initiative. And also there's also the standing ministerial committee that is even looking at rejects. For example, if our product gets to the destinations and they're rejected, what do we do? How do we address that? Are we solving that problem? Yes, and so a lot of work has gone in, and kudos to the NEPC that has led all of this initiative.
They have been doing quite a few programs. They've also paid for certification for some exporters to get what they need. They are working towards mitigating rejection when it comes to our foreign counterparts, like the EU, of course. They've rejected quite a lot of our agro-allied products over the past few years. But yeah, we will get into that and speak on that issue. But yes, they say that charity begins at home, if I'm correct. So before we even talk about exportation, how well do we even patronize our own homemade, locally made products? And I'm not talking about yam and tomatoes. Of course, those are normal vegetables. Like, you know, we do export cashew, we export coconut, we export other agricultural produces. But I mean, if it was between a Nigerian-made detergent and a foreign-made detergent, a lot of people would go for the foreign-made one. So either way, we did speak to a couple of Nigerians out there, and we, you know, wanted to find out what they think, Nigerian-made versus foreign-made, which trumps the other. So let's take a look.
Most times the quality are way, like it's down, and the materials that they're supposed to use to make maybe one product, they most times use it to make at like 6 or 5, whereby it uses the quality of product. And somehow it is also harmful to we the consumers. So I think it is very, 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 very low.
Okay, so if you were to pick between a Nigerian-made product and a foreign-made product, which would you pick?
Trust me, I'll go for foreign-made products.
Why?
Because they spend time in making things, and their products are of more standards than Nigerian-made products.
The quality of Nigeria product is not yet good, but if we don't patronize them, how are they going to be improved and to be mature? I prefer to choose made in Nigeria and to contribute my own GDP to the nation, so all this local industry can equally grow to stage of maturity for them to be able to produce the quality and the quantity of good that will be favorably compete with all these foreign we are patronizing. Left me as a person, I prefer and I will encourage our government to patronize made in Nigeria for them to be able to grow.
For me, I think Nigerians were very talented people, and I see some really good products ranging from bags to slippers to shoes, whatever it is made in Nigeria, and I think they're good, they're okay, even if they are not labeled or they don't have the brand name or whatever. I think they're just okay, and I feel that people should indulge more in buying Nigerian-made products than, you know, others. I think it's quite affordable. Yes, very affordable. It's not about the affordability, it's about the quality. That's the thing. The issue is the quality, not the affordability, because Nigerians, everything will be obviously cheaper than shipping from abroad. So it's the quality that matters.
All right, so that's what the Nigerians had to say. Foreign-made versus Nigerian-made. Now, a lot of the answers were quite PC. They were just trying to be politically correct. You know, they come out and they say, oh, okay, fine. Yes, we should be able to do this. We should be able to do that to promote our own, you know, the growth of our own exportation sector and all of that, patronize homegrown. But, you know, when it comes down to it all, do we really do that? And one of the last people that spoke, that's Ozioma Okoli, and she spoke on affordability, which did catch my attention. Now, in order for you to have quality products, it sometimes does take quite, you know, some money, especially for the fact that to a large extent, most of the raw materials that we use in making are locally made products. are actually imported into the country.
True.
Like, take a look at the textile industry. Of course, we want to patronize people who are making those beautiful, Ankara design, the bags and the shoes and all of that. But the raw materials that it actually takes to make it, how much does it cost to actually bring them into the country? That is a question, and which is another issue that some Nigerians may actually have when it comes to patronizing homegrown products, is the cost of it all. I mean, take a look at, let's say, Innocent Motors, for example. A lot of his raw materials are being shipped into the country. So, of course, when it comes to reselling those cars, it would cost a lot more money. Now, in this regard, how do we push Nigerian citizens to patronize what is being made at home? Because, like I said, charity must begin at home. In order for us to tell our foreign counterparts that, oh, please buy our finished products because they are good, we, first of all, have to be able to patronize ourselves.
True, Shimon, I agree completely with you that charity begins at home. But you see, what has happened to us as a country currently is the government is in push to garner more foreign exchange. The government is in search of dollars, and the dollar rate is skyrocketing and all of that. So it has stifled the manufacturing industry, really. The manufacturing industry, this is the part where we have complete 100% or say an 80% product fully Nigerian, but no, we're not having that. Even when you come to all of the industry where you have the food industry, most of the packagings are coming from abroad. Coming from China and coming from Singapore, Malaysia, all of this place. We're losing because it's just the packaging. We're talking about the rubber and plastics to do final packaging. But it's coming from abroad. We have the talent and we can make them, but we don't have, say, the machineries or afford such machines. And of course, we have electricity issues. It's not been resolved for all of these years. So charity begins at home, yes, but the companies need to survive. They're not getting all of these interventions going directly to them. And this is why NEPC is doing all of this work. And we are not completely gaining. Of course, there are gains, but we're not completely gaining because we're exporting chiefly agricultural products, not semi-finished goods or even finished goods. And when we export, say, a rubber or palm kernels, they come back to us as finished goods, which we're using. So these are the challenges.
Is the same case with the crude oil? Yes,
these are the challenges. Even with the crude, okay, we have not diversified our economy really, but we have diversified the GDP to 46 sectors. That is not enough. That's not enough. The manufacturing industry needs to have this same support that the NEPC is giving to all of the exports we are doing. Dedicated chiefly for the manufacturing industry. We know there are grants and monies mapped out, but the government needs to be deliberate now, focused chiefly on the manufacturing industry, because these manufacturers have been the people and the associations always getting burnt if this dollar rate changes, and keep changing. It's not predictable, it's volatile. So the government needs to look into that part and get on board experts that will drive that sector, the manufacturing industry, which is key to everything we are doing. But then we have to, infrastructure is key, electricity is key, and cost of production is very important. These are drivers. We have alternative market really. We do not need to go to Europe. Trust me, we do not need to actually go to Europe. Africa is there. From Central African Republic to Niger to all of this. We're having informal businesses playing that space. The government has done a lot. Of course, we are looking forward to the national single market. But beside that coming on board, we can still tap into this. And of course, you have also the AFCTA, the Free Trade Zone Agreement, the Free Trade Agreement. It is key that we tap into this now to liberate all of these constraints that we have.
But when you say the government has done quite a lot, has the government really done enough? Because like you rightly pointed out, we still have electricity issues. There are some states that are struggling with availability of water. There's still infrastructure issues. There's still so much that actually needs to be done. So even with the programs that the NEPC could actually put out there, or policies that the government could create in order to boost exportation within the country, does it really work? Because it almost seems like it's like, trying to fill up a basket.
It must be a collaborative effort amongst every stakeholder. Don't forget, the local government too has a key role to play in all of this, because if cottage industries work, which are the grassroots industries where all of this product that will be exported, say if it's raw materials or any kind of product that it is, wherever they are coming from, the local government need to play their part. give the best support they can to every player in that sector, from local government to subnational level, before we get to the federal government. Because, you know, the burden currently lie on the federal government. But that shouldn't be so.
It has to be on all levels.
We're even talking about going to net zero economy. We're not talking crude oil. We're talking about green energy. How are we prepared for this? How are we prepared for this? You have, and of course, the Russian-Ukrainian war has distorted supply chain.
Net zero is supposed to be in 2060.
Of course. Net zero 2060, that's a long time. That's a long time. But are we getting prepared? Have we been able to even harness waste to produce electricity? Where are the little startups and cottage industries? How much support are they getting to do all of this? They need equipment, they need training, they need a space to play, but they are doing their little part. It's small, or yet not making so much impact, even at the subnational level, or even at local government. How much can a startup do really in all of this to provide electricity, which is key to drive innovation, key to drive manufacturing and bring out finished goods?
Technology, science, all of that, they're all, you know, key factors that need to play in the building of that sector. Well, since we're talking about, you know, manufacturing and producing finished products that we can actually export, we're going to be, you know, taking a look at a discussion that I had with economist Dr. Aliyu Audu, and he's talking about achieving finished products in Nigeria. So let's take a look at that.
Before, we used to supply 20% of the world's cocoa. Ghana was 30%. And then after supplying that, we'll go and buy these chocolates, very expensive, and bring them in this country. Whereas we are the producers. So we need to turn the table around and make sure that the producers earn more money. The producers of chocolate earn more money. The people that grow cocoa earn little money. That is not so. You are supposed to make money at the root, because that's the most important part of it. And that's not what we're saying. So we need to turn the tables around. We need to make it difficult for these foreign countries to get hold of our agricultural produce, especially the ones we have comparative advantage in, and that is cocoa. And as you said, tobacco also. All these things, we have to make it in such a way that we, the growers, will generate more revenue than the processors, which is foreign countries. So we have to look inward. Look at sugar again. We have Burkina Faso grows sugar, produces sugar. Benin produces sugar. Senegal produces sugar. We produce less than 10% of the sugar we consume. We import sugar. India produces sugar. They generated indirect jobs, 1 million indirect jobs through the production of sugar. We're losing jobs. We're killing Nigerians. We're killing the economy by going to import sugar.
All right, so Nigeria does have a long-standing history with importing raw materials and then, exporting raw materials and then importing finished products. The same raw materials that we actually grow here. So there's tobacco, there's cotton, there's cocoa, there's crude oil, which is our major export product. And this has been the situation within the country. We send out the raw materials and they send us the finished good. I mean, take a look at chocolates. We spend how much buying foreign-made chocolates for an agricultural product that we grow in only God knows how many tons within the country. How do we put a stop to this? Of course, there's been a couple of things that have gone on the ban list. Like, for example, sugar is actually on the ban list. Milk is on the ban list. Meat is also on the ban list right now. But what more can actually be done to curtail this? So,
as I mentioned earlier, you see, for example, talking about chocolates and cocoa, the government of Ondo State stepped forward, and they have a product currently. They'll start earning foreign exchange. They have chocolate factory currently. So which is key. Governments at all levels have to start driving this. Have to start driving innovations around their products, what we are known for. Because don't forget, northern Nigeria was known for granite and all of that. Eastern Nigeria, palm oil. So it is time for governments across board, local government, state government, to genuinely invest in the future of their citizenry. Put out that resource, because if a government is interested, if say a governor is interested in certain kind of investment for his country, for his state, he can put forward all of the machineries to make that happen. For example, Anambra State will be driving very soon made in Anambra product, made in Anambra goods, which is happening. The Governor Soludo is doing a whole lot in that regard, and other governors are doing it. KB at one point was the hallmark for rice production. So the governments across board needs to choose their strength. That's where we'll talk about comparative advantage. Why are we exporting this as not finished goods or raw material when we can finish them, have them done properly, engage our youths in the States to work in these factories and have an end foreign exchange when we export this market across Africa, of course. Europe is good. Yeah, we can export to Europe for all of that, but we can still get all of the monies we need around us. That's why the Dangote refinery is one of the expectations of the government, that in a few years government will earn from there as well. So we're on the right track, but we're taking time. There's no time really.
All right, so I want to look into the rejection of the Nigerian products, which has actually been happening quite a lot. So in 2017, it was 67 Nigerian food items that were rejected over a period of 2 years. Now, according to the DG of NAFDAC, Mojisola Adeyeye, over 76% of the country's exported agricultural goods were rejected. Now, this was in 2021. Now, the most recent figures out there actually say that 82% of Nigeria's exported agro-allied products are either seized or rejected by the AU, by Europe. And this is according to the Shippers Association of Lagos. Now, why is the rejection rate so high? And what policies and programs actually need to be created in order for us to drop that rejection rate to the barest minimum?
Shaman, I tell you for free, because of the high rate of rejection, this is why the NEPC is driving all of this initiative to put the Nigerian goods out there, to teach. NEPC is doing a lot of work. I tell you, NEPC is very open. You go there today, you want to export, they are happy to see you. They show you a list. I've been there. They show you a list.
I'm guessing they were happy to see you.
Yeah, they were happy to see me. They show you a list. Are you, this what you want, this what you want, this what you need to do. They're happy to do all of this because the government needs to diversify. The government needs money. And so we are losing all of this because of no standards. And everybody's in a hurry. Everybody's in a hurry to export. Everybody's in a hurry to export and earn the money. But our packaging is important. We're not getting packaging right. Standardization issues are there. NAFDAC needs to certify some of these things. And also, how are we even cultivating some of these agri-products that go out? How much of chemicals are used? How much of time is taken to allow this product to be good for the market? So these are the issues. It's chiefly standardization issues. Outside of logistics, standardization issue is chiefly the issues. And so this is why the sector needs to be open, a little bit open, so that new startups or new players can come in, use their expertise, technology, and not heavily handled with so much regulation. It will kill all of these gains that NEPC has achieved and Nigeria has achieved. Not so much regulation, but supporting these businesses for them to genuinely excel. And I'm sure down the line, we will all be happy for it.
All right, it's because we're pressed for time. We're going to move on to our next video. We actually spoke to the CEO of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, that's Dr. Ezra Yakusak, and he's talking about the challenges and also the future of Nigeria's export sector. Let's quickly take a look at that.
We've had our products being rejected, and the question we ask ourselves, why are they rejected? They are rejected because the mandatory or the voluntary certification that, or mandatory certification that they are supposed to obtain, they don't have it. And some of them are like the HACCP, that's Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Point. Some of them are fair trade, halal, kosher, and other certifications. The future is very bright because Nigerians are coming up with different products you can never imagine. For example, you will never know that the bean cake called kuli kuli, I mean, it's an exportable product. But hey, we have Nigerians now that have packaged that kuli kuli, and it's so, I mean, if you see the packaging, because see, one thing with products is about packaging. The packaging is very, very key. You could have a fine product, and if the packaging is bad, the product may not likely sell. So with what we've seen, or what we are seeing from NEPC, and the way Nigerians have initiated or changed their packaging mode, I'm sure the sky is the limit for our products.
Right, that was Dr. Ezra Yakusak talking about the challenges and the future of the export sector, the non-oil export sector in Nigeria. Now, do you agree with some of the things that he said? He spoke specifically about packaging. I believe that you also brought that up. Also, yes.
Yeah, I do. I agree because, see, let's learn from South Africa. Packaging is everything when it comes to product. Package, you could sell a product because of the packaging. South Africa will give you, go to South African stores, a lot of packaging for same product. So packaging is everything. Besides all of the certification that happens, I mentioned chiefly how were this product, how did they originate, and how were they preserved. What has happened to this product? These are key. These are the issues with Nigerian product actually hitting the international market. Yeah. But packaging is also key. Nigerian innovators and businesses need to learn that part for packaging. A lot is done as well.
It's funny because Nigerians are quite big on packaging. You know, we hear it a lot. Everything is packaging, personal packaging, I guess. All right, so unfortunately, we don't really have enough time left to continue on with the show. So we do have to round up here. But as far as our export, non-oil export sector goes, I believe that we do have a lot of potential. We do have a lot of creative people who are able to develop certain things. Like, I mean, look at what we did with Ankara. Look at what we did with, you know, with our shoes and so many other things, and putting them out there. So if we do have the right policies, we do have the right, should I say amenities, basic amenities, basically light, water, and all of those things are actually provided. Proper logistics are provided for a lot of these exporters, a lot of our designers within the country. Of course, the export sector, the non-oil export sector, will have a boost. Well, we have come to the end of our show for today, and I would like to thank my guests in the studio. Thank you so much, Mr. John Bosco Ezenwa, for being a part of the show. And to our viewers, thank you so much for watching. Do remember to follow us on our social media platforms. You can find us at Trust TV. Just go to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You definitely find us there. Well, once again, my name is Chamun Dabeng. I'll be back again next weekend. You take care.